And this scene that I'm about to read to you is maybe a little bit like this cover in a way, okay? So, all you need to know is that Miki and Hiro have finally found their place where they can secretly be together. It's at the top of this warehouse, this sort of unused warehouse. They're up on the roof. And that's where, yeah, it's not the most romantic place, but this is where they can be alone together and spend time together. And they're just in classic Hollywood style. They're just about to kiss, and then suddenly Reika is there right in front of them, and she says, "Look at you too." Okay. And they turn around, they see her standing right in front of them, and she says, "It must be really wonderful, this fantasy world you're living in, where you can do whatever you feel like and pretend that you'll never have to face the consequences." Now Hiro stands up, slowly comes over to her, and he says, "Okay, Reika, I won't deny anything. I've crossed the line. I'm way over on the other side of it now. And you know what? Now that I'm over here, I've come to understand with certainty I can't explain that this is where I belong." So, what happens now? And Reika, of course, is very stunned at the way he's talking. She says, "What happens now? What happens now, if you have even a shred of dignity left, is you're going to describe the plan of action you've come up with. The one in which you end, once and for all, this sad little chapter in your life, and prove to me and your superiors that you still know right from wrong." Then Hiro says, "Reika, listen to me. What if it's not as simple as that? What if this thing that you've always believed to be wrong, once you go and do it, feels right? What if it feels so incredibly and undeniably right that everything else feels wrong by comparison?" I love how Reika reacts to this, because he's like, "Everything else feels wrong by comparison." She says, "It feels right. It feels right." You know, listen to yourself. It's like you're losing your mind. You have got to stop this. And then Hiro is like, a little bit shocked by her argument, and he says, "Or what? You're going to rat on me?" "I don't want to, Hiro. I'm trying to save you. Save you from wrecking your life for nothing." Now, Miki stands up for herself and she says, "Excuse me, but I am not nothing. I am someone who's not scared of you anymore." Hiro tries to kind of interrupt and say, "Hang on, Miki, I've got this under control." "No, Hiro. She'll hold this over our heads for the rest of our lives. Someone's got to stand up to her." "Miki, now you listen to me, Reika." This is Miki talking. "You've been pushing me around for a long time now, but that doesn't mean that I can't push back. Hiro and I have gone through way too much together to roll over just because you come here making the same old threats. You want to report us? Go ahead. You can tell every deliverer on earth for all I care. If the elders want to separate Hiro and me, they'll have to come right on over here and do it with their bare hands. So unless you have anything meaningful to say, I suggest you leave. Now."
Ooh, about to be a
Okay, so there's this sort of standoff, and Reika and Miki are face to face, and Reika says, "I've gone through a lot with Hiro too, you know." And Reika continues, "And I know him well enough to say that this matter is far from settled. Isn't that right, Hiro? I don't hear you encouraging me to go to the elders because, let's face it, you don't want that. What you want is a clean slate. A chance to start over again without anyone finding out about what you've done. Well, guess what? That's exactly what I'm offering you, provided you end this thing right here, right now. This is not about me, Hiro," says Reika. "And it's not about her either. It's about you. It's about you doing what you know in your heart to be right, what you've secretly been wanting to do ever since she started leading you astray. Do the right thing, Hiro. I won't come to you like this again. This is your last chance." Now there's a very long pause. And Hiro kind of seems to have lost his nerve. And he says to Miki, Miki, what Reka just said makes a lot of sense. I've got to do what's right. And not just what feels right, but what I know deep inside to be right. And that means I got to stay with you, no matter what. Because any way I look at it, you're the only right thing that I know in this world anymore. And of course, Miki is moved by this. But Reka is moved in quite a different way, and Reka says, "No, Hiro, no!" And she runs up to him, she grabs him by the collar, and she says, "You can't do this! You can't! I won't let you." Then Hiro takes her hands off of his collar, sort of pushes her back, and says, "I've made my decision, Reka. Now it's time for you to make yours. And if ratting out a friend is your idea of right, then do what you have to do." So Reka's kind of... And then we see the boiling rage, as Reka really gets angry, and just after the page turn, she slaps Hiro right across the face. And of course, Miki and Hiro are both stunned, and Reka is standing there with tears streaming down her face, and Reka says, "How's that for doing what I have to do?" And Hiro says, "Reka, they will separate you two, Miki. That's not a threat. It's a fact. A fact, do you hear me?" And Hiro's got Reka by the arm, sort of restraining her because she's like a wild animal. He's afraid that she might physically attack Miki at this stage, but she stops and she's sort of standing there, and then she goes, "Let go of me." And she pulls herself free and she walks away. That's the end of that scene. Thank you. I'm glad that went over well. Honestly, that's the first time I've tried to read any scene from Miki Falls aloud like that. So thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
A round of applause for everyone who liked that.
Thanks a lot. But now, hopefully, and to take this a step beyond, hey, I'm putting on a show kind of a thing. Part of the reason that I did that for you is to show you that when I'm writing something, I'm hearing this stuff in my head, I'm reading this stuff out loud, and this is like real acting. I mean, one time back when I was doing the Akiko comics, some kid wrote me a letter and said, "I love the acting that you do in Akiko," or something like that. Of course, he was just reading the thing, but it was funny because I thought, that's so true. I'm trying to become like an actor almost and breathe life into these characters. So those voices that I just did for you, and the style, the delivery of those lines, that's all just that's the way it sounds in my head almost. I can kind of hear this stuff almost.